Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how I make fried chicken. This is one of my favorite meals, so I'm going to get right to it. One thing that you will need, I use a pressure cooker to cook this. It's actually, some people call it roasted. KFC does it this way, some other restaurants do it this way. It's one of my favorite ways to eat chicken, and it's really not that hard. So what you do is you take a chicken, and I just use a whole chicken, and then I'll just cut it up. I start with the legs. And then you end up with the leg and the thigh. In a quick way, I don't know if you can see this or not, but from the thigh to the leg, there's a little white bit of fat right there separating those. So to separate your thigh from your leg, you just put your knife right where that is and press down on it, right where that fat mark is. And then you have chicken leg, and then you have the thigh. After you've cut up your chicken, you should have 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 breasts, and 2 wings. I take buttermilk, and you can put all these pieces in just a big bowl of buttermilk. Alright, once you've put your chicken into the buttermilk, and then I'm going to show you what seasonings I use. I use about 4 cups of flour, and then I'm going to use a seasoning salt. So I'm going to use about 4 tablespoons of seasoning salt. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of onion powder. 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And 2 tablespoons of black pepper. Now, since you're using the seasoning salt, you do not want to use any more salt, like kosher salt or table salt. Then I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of thyme. And then I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of basil. 1 tablespoon of oregano. 1 tablespoon of sage. I'm going to use half of a teaspoon, excuse me, half of a tablespoon of cayenne red pepper. Use half of a tablespoon of paprika. And half of a tablespoon of cinnamon. Once you've added all your ingredients to your flour, all your herbs and spices, just mix it up real good. Since we are working with chicken, you want to make sure that you have no cross-contamination. That means you don't want to touch chicken and then touch your pressure cooker. You don't want to touch forks. As soon as you handle chicken, wash your hands, wash the table, wash things that are around it. mixture's good. The next step is going to be, we'll take the chicken that's sitting in the buttermilk and go ahead and put it in the flour. You may have to do this in batches. And take the flour and really work it into the chicken. So squeeze it in there good. Once you have your chicken cut and breaded, what you want to do is on your pressure canner or pressure cooker, you want to get the oil up to 375. You want to make sure that you follow all the safety guidelines for your pressure cooker. You are using oil or lard, and you are dealing with high temperatures, so be very careful and make sure you follow all the rules for your individual canner. So I got about 2 inches of shortening in here, and I got it at 375 degrees. So then what I'll do is I'll take my chicken, just going to sear the top a little bit. Make sure you dust off your chicken before you throw it in there. Just give it a little shake. And let it cook for probably just about 2 minutes, not very long at all. I'm going to show you what it looks like. See if I can grab one there. Alright. So once you get, there you go, that's the leg. Once you get the color that you want, I want a little bit darker than that. You want to make sure that none of the pieces are sticking together or sticking out. So it's almost at the right color for me. Which is, like I said, it's going to be about 2 minutes. And then I set up a timer for 8 minutes. Looks good to me. So I set it for 8 minutes. I'm just going to leave it alone, and after 8 minutes I'll vent it, and then we'll be able to. Alright, after 8 minutes of it being pressure cooked, what you want to do is you want to vent your pressure cooker. Once your pressure canner has been vented properly, what you want to do is you want to just go ahead and release it, the top. And just take a pan and a rack. This is what it looks like once it's finished. chicken leg. It's still very hot, so I'm going to leave it alone right now. And I'm going to eat it with some mashed potatoes and turnip greens. So, another good thing that you can do is, if you saw my video on how to make hot sauce, well, you can add a little bit of hot sauce to this. Taste the chicken and see how it turned out. Just a second, I'll tell you in a second. I'm going to put a little bit of the hot sauce on it. Well, make sure you wash your hands after dealing with chickens. Take care. I hope you all enjoyed.